Hello, welcome back to Mrs. Hewitt's Spelling at Home. I've got a new session for you today. Now today we're going to focus on a prefix, which is a morpheme which gets attached to the start of other roots. Okay, the prefix that we are going to do today is this one, pro. Okay, so this is from Latin and Greek. It's a really popular one, and it means before or in front. Now, when you'll see when I've put the grid up that I've actually only chosen 3 kind of roots that start with pro for you to follow. There are way more words that start with pro because it's a really common prefix. But because we're trying to focus on the words that are in the national curriculum for Key Stage 2, the words that I've chosen are ones that I think you maybe use or words that you should be able to spell according to the Key Stage 2 kind of stipulations of what you're learning. Okay, so it's worth remembering what that means because you'll see it in lots of other words apart from the ones that I'm doing today. So for today, I've chosen 3 pathways for you to go down. So we've got this pro here, meaning before, and then we've got profess, program, and pronounce. Okay, and then you've got other words that you can make following on from those roots. Okay, so I'm going to pop the grid up to the screen. Remember, we're going along those different ones. So you have some profess words, some program words, and some pronounce words. And I'll explain some of the meanings behind them as well when we look at our word sums. Okay, so get ready to pause the video while this grid goes up to the screen. Okay, so I'm going to just go down first of all for profess. Okay, so this fess bit here comes from the Latin root of it means to speak about. Okay, so we've got profess, and then we've got lots of different words that go down that route. Okay, so with our word sums here, we've got profess, we've got professes. I've just popped that on there because that's one of our ones where our plural changes because we're attaching it to a double S. So we have to put an ES. We couldn't have profess and then professes with 3 S's in the row. Okay, so that's why that ES goes there. We've got profession, which I've put on here because it's one of our shun endings. Now, normally I talk about this and we've got a TION. You can see here, in fact, it's a shun with a double S because of our root being fess with a double S. So profession, and that's a job. Okay, so again, from profess meaning to talk about something in particular. Profession comes again from professor as well, somebody that can do that. They are all around that kind of being somebody who talks about a specific branch of knowledge, a professor, and then once you're a professor, you have your profession, which is about that. So it's about having that kind of speciality job thing. So we've got profess, profession, professionally. So again, if you do something really professionally, you're just like a professional in that job, basically. So professionally, remember that iron there, and professor, and then so obviously the OR meaning somebody that does it. So there are our words around profess. Program, and this bit gram here, and obviously in America you can have program without the ME as well, that's the English spelling. The program, that gram actually comes from the root graph, meaning to write. So originally the program isn't talked as a noun, it's more as a verb. So if you're programming something to happen, you're basically forward writing it, because that's what that means, before writing. So if you think about a program for an event, like an agenda, or the programs that are on television, it means they're programmed in to be on at that point, and then it kind of took that noun phrase a bit later on, that noun meaning. So program, I've put here programming. You can see we drop the E when we add the ing, okay, but that's sort of interesting. You have a programmer, somebody that programs as well, but that's that root. And then we've got pronounce there, okay, so again, that nounce is about enunciating, it's that speaking, okay, so pronounce, yeah, it's basically to that kind of announcing, speaking forward about something. So we've got pronounced there with the dropping the E to add the ED. And then this one is the really tricky one, pronunciation. Used to be pronunciation. It's really just over time that ow has become an in that long word. And that's just to do with ease of speak. So we've got pronunciation. In this case, it's a shun with a TION because it is attached to the 8. Pronunciate. And then we've got the ION, so that E drops and it becomes pronunciation. Okay, so that's the longest word you could get and the one with the most changing of spelling rules there. But really, the main point of this is to remember that that pro means before or coming before something, and then you can profession and pronounce are some of your words that you need to be able to spell and program. They're those words that you need to spell for Key Stage 2, okay? So maybe pick one word from each of these sections for you to practice your spelling, write them into a sentence, and then that is your word study session done for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.